Welcome to Biohacking with Brittany. I am so excited that you are joining today. If you're new here, this is a place where I talk about health and wellness and obviously biohacking. And I am very excited to be bringing you my holiday gift guide. This is the Biohackers, health enthusiasts, wellness girlies gifts that I would get for somebody, depending on what you're into, depending who you are, depending where you live. This is for those people who are just super into health and wellness beyond the basic stuff, who want the next level thing. They want the next level product. They want something that's going to give them the edge above all else or everybody else. There are a bunch of different products I'm going to talk about. I'm going to go through all of them. And these are my favorite. I literally own all of these things, or I've tried these things before. I wouldn't recommend anything that I haven't done. And none of this is sponsored. I, obviously do have a couple of podcast ads, but these brands that I'm mentioning today, they didn't pay to be on this list. So I have seen other, gift guides and holiday gift guides that are made for biohackers or wellness enthusiasts or whatever you want to say. And so much of the time with that, it's actually sponsored by those companies, especially for really big people. So for example, like Jillian Harris or other big influencers or creators in space, whatever, when they create these lists like that, most of the time it is sponsored by those brands. And so, or like, I think actually, was it Khloe Kardashian just came out with one and there was like a bunch of health stuff on there. So yeah, brands pay to be on that list, right? So they pay for the visibility and all that type of thing. But this is not that. This is everything that I have personally recommended to my friends and family, what I've done. And it's very authentic. And so I have separated everything into different categories so that we can kind of get a clear idea of what's what. And it's actually based on the categories on my website for all of the products that I recommend. So the categories are beauty, technology, healthy home, essential supplements, and then advanced supplements. This is kind of the best way I thought about doing it. I thought about potentially doing it in a way of, what would be best for your mom? What would be best for your brother? But people kind of range, right? Like everyone is into so many different things. And most of these gifts could be for a mom, a brother, a sister. It doesn't actually really matter too much for most of them. So that's why it's just by category instead. And so we are going to dive right in right now, starting with beauty. These products and each category has about 3 or 4 brands that I recommend. And I will tell you why, and I'll tell you who it's best for. Okay. Beauty. Beauty is all about products that obviously can help our outward appearance or are related to more of a fashion idea. Mostly just based on outward appearance, apparel, that type of thing. So first and foremost, this is a brand called Juunaday. I love Juunaday. I discovered Juunaday this year, and this is a company that creates EMF blocking clothing for women, specifically for women who are pregnant. Now, they do have a bunch of clothing that can be worn by anybody, like any woman, at all. You don't have to be pregnant. However, there are certain things that are designed to be for women who are pregnant, with the idea that, when you have a baby inside of you, you really want to protect that baby from EMF when you're on a plane, when you're at your computer, when you're working, when you're downtown, whatever you're doing, because there is so much radiation around us now. And we really just want to protect the fetus as much as possible. So Juunaday is a company by a friend of mine. Her name is Marjorie. And I had the pleasure of meeting her for the first time this year. And we met at the biohacking conference in June. So this is a new company that actually just launched this year. And I just got connected with her this year. So it's been fabulous seeing her. And I really want to support her because there's not a lot of females in the biohacking space. There's not a lot of female companies, let alone clothing that is like next level health and wellness clothing. And so I just love Juunaday. Juunaday is spelled Juunaday. And I have their jumpsuit. So I have the jumpsuit in black and I have it in the rose, like plum color as well. And it's beautiful. So I recommend you look at that. There's a bunch of different products. They have bodysuits. They have tight bodysuits. They have looser ones. She's also developing a bag coming out later this year and some other things as well. So I love Juunaday and definitely check them out. They will be linked in the show notes and they're on my website. So don't worry about writing any of this down for any of these brands. It's all going to be linked and so easy for you. So just like listen to this podcast and get the juices flowing. So who is this best for? This is best, first of all, for anybody who you know is pregnant. And whether it's a sister, whether it's your mom, I don't know, whether it's an aunt, a friend, and they're pregnant, I would highly, highly recommend something like this. I think it's such a thoughtful gift and it's something that a lot of women potentially don't know about and might not buy for themselves, right? Like they might not buy this like jumpsuit that can be worn when they're flying to Mexico for their baby moon and just ends up, exposing the baby to so much radiation. Like, let's block that. And so in the fabric is like silver woven into it, which is able to actually block the EMF radiation from hitting your body. So that is who I'd buy it for. 100% if anyone's pregnant. If you are pregnant or if you are planning to get pregnant in the next however many years, great, great buy. I would also recommend this for any woman who is working online or working in a very high tech space, like a lot of us. I work online personally. So, I sit with a EMF blocking blanket with me every single day over my body. But I also do obviously wear these Juunaday clothing as well. So if you work in any type of tech like that, if you are working online, if you have your laptop on your lap a lot, anything like that, I would definitely recommend checking out Juunaday. And yeah, I want to get the bodysuit. That will be my next buy for sure. I have a discount code. Yeah, check it out. Okay, next, we're still under beauty. Silverbiotics. Wow, Silverbiotics. I have known them for a couple of years now. We, again, met in person for the first time at the Biohacking Conference. They have a lovely team of people who work with them, which is very important to me. Very authentic people and very down to earth. And I just have so much respect for that company. Silverbiotics specializes in creating products that have silver technology in them, which is antibacterial, antimicrobial, and is able to be used in a kind of like a first aid way, let's say. So there's a lot of off-label uses for silver. They have a lot of restrictions on technically what they're allowed to say, depending on the country that they're in. I don't really have to follow that. So you can use it for things like ear infections or wounds or rashes, or if you have kids, like having a Silverbiotics silver gel in your homemade first aid kit is a fantastic idea. We have their toothpaste. So I use their toothpaste because there's silver in there and it kills all the bad silver in your mouth. We also have the products for our dog Moose. So they have a pet line and we've had issues with Moose. Like he had hot spots. And if anyone knows what hot spots is, it's basically like water combined with heat on long fur causes like a bacterial reaction. It's typically lake water. And then it becomes red and it's like a red circle and you have to shave it and and it's like moist and it's like a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So we used their pet Silverbiotics, a silver infused gel when he had hot spots this summer, just to put that on there and prevent infection, which worked very well. So so I love using that. And when I say we, I just mean me and my husband when I think about my dog, our dog. And it is fabulous. And so I literally have multiple of their products around my house. I probably always will. They also have cream for your face. They have serums. They have body lotions. They like kind of anything that you could put silver in to make you healthier on the outside. They have. And they also have a supplement, which you use like a liquid. And then the good thing about them is that they have nanotechnology, which actually means that the silver doesn't collect in the body. So sometimes when you try different silver-based products, if you do research, you'll see people talking about their skin changing color. And that is due to accumulation of silver. And that is because the particles are too big. The molecules are too big. And it's actually very hard to detox that out of your body afterwards. So you want to be taking very, very tiny molecules of silver and nothing larger. So that's why I trust Silverbiotics. I have used it extensively. I have used their supplement extensively, and I have never turned blue. So do not worry about that. And also they have such good customer service. You can just talk to them about your concerns. And yeah, that's linked to my show notes. And who is that for? Such a good question. Okay. I would buy the pet products for anybody who has a dog for sure, or a cat, especially people who are new to having animals or having pets, or people who are looking for holistic health solutions for their pets, which is me. I really, really hate using any type of medication for my dog. I refuse to do it 98% of the time. And I always find a natural solution. And so Silverbiotics is something that I have to have with me. So that is who I'd buy the pet products for, is that person who's like feeding their dog raw food, does all the things, has a holistic vet like I do. And that's who I'd buy that for. I would also buy their wound gel and potentially a couple of their other first aid items for people who have kids. If you have, especially kids who are like at that age where they're running around, they're falling, they're scraping their knee, or maybe they're younger, maybe they get ear infections. I don't know. That's who I would buy that for as well. And then also any adults who potentially are worried about bacteria, whether it's in their mouth, on their skin, or as a supplement, which I think we kind of all go through that phase, maybe a bit more in the winter. Anyway, so there's lots of people who you can buy that for. Great stocking stuffer, tiny, super affordable, definitely for the person who's like super into health and understands what silver infused products can really do, like colloidal silver. Okay, link to my show notes and on my website. All right, I know that so many of us struggle with our hormones. We have a lot of confusion around our menstrual cycles, ovulation, having our periods, regulating it, and really just minimizing the symptoms that we often deal with. I have been there. I've had a mild PCOS diagnosis. I have had irregular cycles since I've been off birth control. I've had a ovarian cyst. And honestly, I've been through a lot when it comes to hormones in the last few years. So out of that, I really taught myself about cycle syncing. And this is the idea that during different phases of the cycle, we are doing different things. We are eating different foods, taking different supplements, or drinking different teas for the nutrients, exercising differently in response to where our hormones are at that time. And through living in this ebb and flow of our cycle, we can actually feel better. We can look better. Our hormones are happier. We're mentally better. We can sleep better. And this is exactly what I found. So I took everything that I did, I put it into an easy peasy guide for you. It's called the Ebb and Flow Cycle Guide. It's on my website. Go and grab it right now. This is literally going to solve all of your hormone issues. I'm not kidding. It's so good. And it's so easy to read as well. I also added in a part about seed cycling because I know so many of you are interested in seed cycling as well. So that means, what seeds do we take during which phase of the cycle? These seeds have different phytonutrients in it that can help with the different hormones during the different phases. And I've also included over 30 recipes that are super tasty as a bonus. So these recipes are designed for the different phases. So you can have certain ones during your period, during ovulation, and things like that. And of course, I included biohacks. I included which biohacks to do around ovulation to optimize that, how to optimize your menstrual cycle or your menstruation during your period, and everything like that. Everything from castor oil packs to acupuncture to red light therapy to healing baths that I love. That is what I did. So this is my ebb and flow cycle guide. You can grab it on my website right now, biohackingbrittany.com. Go for it. And I hope you really enjoy it. There's been over 500 that have been bought already, which is so amazing to see. And I'm just so thankful that I get to help women with their hormones and on their health journey. Next, Filter Optix. Filter Optix. These are the blue blocking glasses that I wear. Listen, I have tried so many blue blocking glasses. You would not believe. If you came to my apartment and you opened random drawers, you would see blue blocking glasses because I have so many. I don't use them. I should really donate them or try to sell them, I guess. I have tried so many. You guys, not kidding. I think I've tried over 10 brands or something like that over the last few years. Filter Optix is the nicest brand I have ever worn, ever. Their quality is the best. It is not cheap in the slightest in terms of how it feels. Their glasses are not flimsy. They're not feel like they're cheap, like sunglasses, plasticky. You know what I mean? Like, when you buy glasses like that and you're like, okay, if I lose these in the ocean, I really don't care. That's not Filter Optix, okay? I would be very upset if I lost my Filter Optix glasses. These are beautiful design glasses. They are very stylish. They are very well made. And the price point actually kind of reflects that. Like, let me just be real with you here. The price point does reflect that. I think they're priced in the $200 to $300 range. I should probably give prices for all these products, $200 to $300, I think, for Filter Optix. And I think it's 100% worth it. And I would start with one pair for sure. I would start with one pair and see how you feel. But I mean, 2 pairs would be great because they have different lenses. So they have the yellow lens, they have the orange lens, they have the red lens. They might have a clear one too. I'd have to go check. But I have the red lens and I can check which ones I have. I will check which ones I have and I'll put it in the show notes so that you can take a look. Actually, let me just pull it up right here. Yeah, they do have 4 different ones. Okay. 4 different lens colors. I have the Ventus. Now, I could be saying that wrong. Ventus. And I have it my frame is in saffron and my lens is red. And these are $263 USD, I'm assuming. Oh no, Canadian. That's Canadian. So I love these. I have them non-prescription. I see here that they have the options for you to do prescription, which is a beautiful thing as well. I really, really recommend these glasses. These are fantastic. Okay. The quality is the best quality I've ever seen for blue blockers. And I have had the ones that you're thinking of. I've had the ones from Dave Asprey. I've had what were those called that everyone had for a little bit? Blue Blocks or something like that. I've had those, just like plastic from the landfill. It was just brutal. So these ones are very, very nicely created. And I cannot, listen to me talk about it. I cannot say more about it. They are handcrafted, eco-biodegradable acetate frame with stainless steel core wire. They're unisex. They have enhanced fit and comfort, and they're fantastic. And I just really love them. So definitely try those out. If you're going to buy them, I would personally start with the red lens. I think when it comes to blue blocking glasses, I think red is the most important because we need to be wearing this at night. So I will put mine on about an hour before I go to bed. And I will sometimes even more than that. And it also depends on the season of the year. So right now it's winter. We're in the thick of the dark hours here in Canada. And I put them on around 7:30 p.m. In the summer, I put them on around, I don't know, 9, maybe? Something like that. No, probably earlier, probably 8:30, something like that. And so I leave at least an hour, hour and a half before I go to sleep. And I love them. I could not sleep without them. I could not sleep without them. I have very sensitive eyes. I know this about myself. And you know how I know is that when I go to sleep and I don't use blue blocking glasses, I struggle to fall asleep. It takes me longer to fall asleep than when I have the blue blockers on before for an hour, 2 hours before. And I can see it. I can see the results in my Aura ring, right? You want to fall asleep in between about like 1 to 11 minutes is like what's optimized. And I actually think 1 is too quick. I actually think the optimal range is probably 4 to 10 maybe. And it definitely takes me longer. Yeah, I'm more wired, 100%. So I love them and I recommend them. I think I might actually buy myself a computer pair because, man, my screens are a lot every single day. Okay, who is this best for? This is best for people who struggle to fall asleep, who have sleep problems. This is best for anybody who works online, like myself, and gets headaches from blue light all day. This is best for people who have strain in their eyes and you like watch them looking at their phone or looking at their computer and you see their eyes like wrinkle and there's like strain there. Or, you know, they have like their eyebrows are kind of like crossed and they're like frowning. Those people as well. Anyone who complains about eyesight and anyone with sleep problems at all. I also can see this working for new parents, people who are getting up in the middle of the night for feeding or, you know, whatever the reason might be, crying baby, whatever it is. I think wearing glasses during that will help you fall asleep faster afterwards. 100%. 100% compared to waking up at 3 a.m., turning all the lights on, going to do the thing, coming back, trying to fall back to sleep afterwards. So I would definitely recommend lights for those as well. So buy it for those people, the tech people, the sleep troubles people, maybe new parents. I think it's such a thoughtful gift again. And again, very stylish, very cool looking, and one of my favorites. Okay, next. OneSkin. Wow. OneSkin is a company I, again, met at the Biohacking Conference in June. And they are currently one of the only skincare companies I'm using. So OneSkin is interesting. They started with a single product based off of a single peptide. The peptide's called OS01. And now they have a few products that kind of go with that. So they have like an eye cream, they have a body cream, they have a face wash, and people love them. They are arguably the biggest skincare brand in the biohacking space, I would say, and for good reason. I have seriously noticed fantastic results from their products, and I love them. So I have the body product. I use it on the eczema on the back of my legs, which comes and goes. And then I have the face product as well, which is very lightweight and a very, very nice cream. When they released a SPF version of it. Now, keeping this 100, keeping this real. I personally don't love the SPF one, but you know what? Honestly, I kind of struggle. So I think I react to a lot of SPF products. I think my skin doesn't like a lot of them. What I notice when I wear SPF every single day is that my skin gets clogged. I get more whiteheads and blackheads, and my skin actually starts to peel. So I start to peel on my cheeks, and I don't get that normally. So there's something about SPF. I haven't been able to nail it down. I'm not a skincare expert, so I'm not quite sure. But that's part of the reason I actually don't wear SPF every single day, is because my skin actually just reacts to it. And I wasn't sure if it was going to happen with this one, with OneSkin, but it did. Is it because it's a physical sunblock versus like a chemical one? Potentially. But the chemical ones can cause a lot of endocrine destruction, a lot of health issues. So I don't want to do that either. Anyway, that's my own issue to figure out. I also live somewhere where I don't really need to be wearing SPF every single day. It rains for 6 months a year here. I don't see the sun for quite a while. So, and I work indoors and I work from home. So like, I don't really leave the house that often either. So it's not something I'm like super concerned about. So I have their OS01 face topical supplement. That is what their face cream is called. It retails for $99 subscription, $120 one-time purchase. And then I also have their OS01 body topical supplement, $89 subscription, $99 one-time purchase. And that is prices in USD. I love this company. I will always use their products. Always. I'll always use their face cream and I'll always use their body cream. I'd love to try their cleanser actually. And they also have an eye cream as well. I haven't tried it. So who is this best for? This is best for the skincare girlies out there, the women or men who are looking for next level skincare that goes above and beyond what we see in a drugstore, what we see in a Sephora, something that says like, hey, we're going to take skincare and we're going to biohack skincare and we're going to make it way better than what it is currently. Because their skincare is based off of a single peptide, it is extremely research-based. And they actually have the evidence for it. Because now, I did a whole podcast on this year. With skincare companies, they manipulate everything so much, right? So what they will do is they will send 30 people their product and they will have a survey at the beginning. Fill this survey out with your answers about your skin. So you say, okay, my skin feels 50% hydrated. You try the product for 3 weeks or whatever, maybe 3 months, if that. And then you fill it out again. And then you say, oh yeah, my skin now feels 100% hydrated. And then they take that difference of statistic, they put that on the box and say 99% of users feel a difference in hydration after 3 weeks of use. That's literally how that works. Now you might hear that and you say, okay, what's wrong with that? The issue is that first of all, that's not actually properly how you do research when you're looking at skin. There are so many factors that go into how people do surveys, how they fill them out, what they have to say, biases towards the company because the company sent them free product or are even paying them. There's so many flaws with that method that it's not scientifically proven whatsoever. Okay. Secondly, they use ingredients that temporarily show better hydration on the skin level versus using ingredients that target the cellular level of skin to then replenish the cells, almost like kind of like autophagy, almost like something like that, and create healthier skin from within, which is a much harder thing to do. It is much more complex. And that is why OneSkin is one of the only few companies I've ever seen to actually think about targeting skin from a cellular level from the inside out. Let's not just like send surveys to people and take these statistics and try sell a product. No, let's look at a skin through different methods and actually like assess it. Like the research is all over their website. And I just think it really goes to show in their product. Now, this skincare company is for people who care about that type of thing. This is for the people who don't want to use a lot of products, who hate things like Sephora and hate like, buying the latest vitamin C. They just want one product and they want to call it a day. And they want it to be one of the best on the market. They want it to work and they want it to be reasonably affordable. That's who this is for. And that sounds like me. I don't want to have a 12-step evening skincare routine. Okay. No, absolutely not. No, just no. So I would buy this for those people. This feels very much like a very nice mom gift. As I'm saying this, I'm actually thinking, should I buy this for my mom? Because I don't have her Christmas gift yet. I would also buy this for anybody who has skin issues. So eczema, acne, oily skin, helping with aging, fine lines, wrinkles, all of that. Like that's who I would buy this for and I would recommend it for. Men as well. I would love my husband to use this. That is maybe something I will work on in the new year. Right now he uses nothing. And we could all use a little something. Okay. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. So that was beauty. Thank you for listening through that. And again, like I said, everything is linked in the show notes and on my website. Let's talk about getting the remarkable benefits of fasting without the daunting commitment of long-term fasting. As a dedicated professional, always on the lookout for ways to enhance my health and well-being, I've explored intermittent fasting extensively. And if you're a listener of the podcast, you know this. However, I've often found myself pushing the boundaries and experiencing adverse effects such as sleep issues and energy slumps, and also hormonal issues. While intermittent fasting did offer some positive outcomes initially, like many of us, I struggled to incorporate it long term without it really disrupting my daily life. However, my life has recently taken a turn for the better, all thanks to Mimio. This is the world's first biomimetic supplement. This incredible innovation is the accumulation of years of rigorous clinical research, meticulously designed to replicate the effects of a 36-hour fast at the cellular level, which is wild. With Mimio, I can now experience the holistic benefits of fasting without enduring prolonged periods of hunger and deprivation. Are you intrigued about the benefits? Let's get into it. First and foremost, Mimio activates your cells' innate regenerative capabilities, much like fasting itself. This translates to optimized metabolism and better control over hunger, which a lot of us really value if we're trying to watch our weight. Secondly, it significantly boosts energy levels and accelerates recovery, making it an absolute game changer for active individuals like myself. Thirdly, Mimio elevates mood and sharpens mental clarity, enabling us to be at our absolute best every single day. I definitely notice this, especially when I take it right before work in the mornings. The icing on the cake is that Mimio's formulation is exclusively derived from molecules naturally produced by our own body. This means it is very, very safe because it is in perfect harmony with our biological system, delivering optimal effectiveness. Still not convinced? Mimio offers a 100% happiness guarantee. That's right. There's absolutely nothing to lose. So for all of my fantastic listeners out there, if you want to give Mimio a try and add it to your supplement stack, I really suggest you do so. And you can do that by using my discount code BioHackingBrittany for 10% off for the first 3 months of your subscription, which is awesome. Join me along with countless others who are on the path to revolutionizing their health with Mimio. Bid farewell to the challenges of long-term fasting and usher in a healthier, happier version of yourself, which we always love. Thank you for listening. And always remember, when it comes to optimizing your health, Mimio holds the key. Visit their website, linked in my show notes and on my website as well, and embark on your journey towards a better you now. Now, let's get into technology. Woo-wee! This is every biohacker's favorite thing to talk about. Or maybe not. Maybe we're actually moving a little bit away from it. Yeah, good question. Anyway, so this is technology and more. There's a couple things in here that I just kind of grouped them all together. So first and foremost, InsideTracker. I think you've seen me talk about this if we're on socials. If you follow me on Instagram at BiohackingBrittany or TikTok at BioHacking. I love InsideTracker. They are a company that tests your blood for specific biomarkers. So they take a look at your hormones, they take a look at your vitamin levels and your mineral levels. This is a private company, so you do not need any type of prescription or doctor's recommendation or any garbage like that. You can just do this yourself. I'm in Canada and they come to my house. A nurse comes to my house, takes my blood, and then my results get uploaded onto the computer, onto my app, and then I get all of the recommendations and my information. This has been so helpful for me. You have no idea. I get tested probably 3 times a year with them. And I have learned so much about myself. I have been able to track my hormones, which is very important for my menstrual cycle, my preconception health. I have been able to make sure that the supplements I'm taking are working. So we take a look at the vitamin B levels. I take a look at my magnesium level. I take a look at my omegas. I take a look, well, can't look at omegas, but taking a look at cholesterol and relating that to my diet is a big one as well. And there's other things as well that I really care about. So I really care about inflammation. I really care about insulin, glucose, and HbA1c. HbA1c is your insulin over the last 90 days put into a percentage form. And these biomarkers are very indicative of your life. So I've yet to see another test that does something so comprehensive like this that really reflects how you're living. Now, it could say, you could get your results back and it could be fabulous. And then you could say, okay, what I'm doing is working. This morning routine, this supplement stack, this way I've chosen to do these things is actually really working for my body on a cellular level. Or you can get it back and be like, oh shit, that's not great. Wow, my HbA1c is higher. This is potentially pre-diabetic range. I need to get my carb load under control. I need to start fasting, whatever you want to do. It's very insightful and I recommend it for everybody. They are only in Canada and the States right now. So unfortunately, if you're not in either of those countries, they do not work there yet. They are trying to do it. And I really recommend you get that. This is for, who's this best for? This is definitely a biohacker gift. Oh my gosh, totally is. This is for the person who, is curious about what is going on with their health. So potentially somebody who is sick, who is kind of dealing with an illness, could be something that's chronic. I recommend this a lot to the people who have gotten to the point where they don't know what's going on with their health and they don't know why they haven't been able to figure it out. Like they've tried all the diets, they've tried all the supplements, they've tried this doctor and this functional medicine person and this health coach and all of this stuff. This is what I recommend to them because I say to them, hey, look, like you need data to go off of before you make decisions. You need to be informed. So if you know someone who's like that in your life, I would recommend this. Maybe it's something like stress that is overwhelming. It could be depression. It could be anxiety. Could be something like PCOS, which very often can be related to inflammation and metabolic disease. Could be endometriosis. There's multiple things. So that's what I'd recommend this for. The price point is definitely higher on this. I think it's about $500 US. Use my discount code for sure. Like use my discount code for all of these so you don't have to pay full price. But I would definitely get this for that person who is chronically sick or for the mega biohacker who's like, I want to know all my data. Like tell me everything. Okay. Next is Prolon. So this kind of goes into the and more category with this one, like tech and more. Prolon is something that's new to me this year, and they have fasting products. So what do I mean by that? They have created food products that you can take that does not disrupt your glucose or insulin levels. So for example, they have fasting bars. They have a fasting shake mix. They have a 5-day Prolon fasting program. That is the most popular product out of all of them. And a lot of people like that because there's a lot of people talking about like the weight loss benefits that come from that. So Prolon, it was cool. I've tried all of their products. I've done the 5-day fasting program. I've talked about it online. I love their bars. I think their nut bars, I guess, are really good. Their fasting shake isn't my favorite. That's because I don't personally like chocolate flavored things. So it's not something that I currently have a lot, but I do eat their bars. And I found out that the bars are coming to Canada in January. So everybody, I know so many people want them, so they're coming. Prolon is best for anybody who, it's a good question. Who would I buy Prolon for? I would buy Prolon for anyone who can withstand fasting without negative side effects. So I don't think I would buy it for the average woman necessarily, especially if she is trying to conceive or is pregnant, breastfeeding in those fertile years. However, you could incorporate the food in a way that is holistic in manner and not problematic. You just wouldn't be able to, I guess my concern would be overdoing it with a 5-day fast. I guess if you have a bar in the morning, that's fine because you're still getting calories and that's fine. But I just wouldn't recommend the 5-day fast to those type of women unless you're doing it as a one-off thing. I don't want women to do it monthly or more than that. I would recommend this to people who are super interested in fasting. And there's a lot of people out there. So great for men, great for older women. I think it's fabulous for anyone who cares about weight loss and is looking to lose weight. The thing with the weight loss is that the research that they have shows that you are able to keep off the weight when you do a Prolon 5-day fast 3 times a year. So you'd have to do a minimum of 3 times to be able to keep off the weight. And whether that's within 6 months, 9 months, or a year, doesn't matter. So maybe it's for somebody like that. And it's also could be really fun to do it as a couple. So maybe you buy it for you and your spouse, and in January, you're like, okay, we're going to start the new year off really healthy and well, and we're going to do this Prolon 5-day fast. And in that fast, it's not like you're not eating. You're just eating a lot less. So you're eating about 800 calories a day. It's like soups, bars, teas, olives. There's like crackers in there. And that's kind of it. But that would be a fabulous way to start off 2024. So if you and your partner are like super into health and wellness, this would be a really cute thing for you to do and very thoughtful, and you guys can do it together. And it would be a million times easier doing it with somebody, for sure. For sure, because then you're going to go through the whole process together. When it's hard, it'll be hard together. And then when you come off of it at the end of 5 days, you're going to feel fabulous. So I definitely recommend that. That would be, a cute couple's gift. Maybe you get it for your parents. They can do it together. I don't know. Last but not least in the tech and more space is Viome. I think I have talked about Viome quite a lot. Viome is another test. So Viome is a gut health test. This is a test that takes a look at the different bacteria, microorganisms, viruses. What else? Basically, I think that's basically it within your gut. This is a crucial test. And I wish that I had this test 10 years ago. I mean, it didn't exist. But I really wish I had this when I was going through significant gut health issues when I was a teenager. I guess that was more than 10 years ago now. But I think it would be so helpful for anybody who has gut health issues that you know. Because again, kind of to my point with InsideTracker is that when you're able to test and get data and get information, you're actually able to make a smarter decision. You're informed now. Like you can see on your Viome results, there's like literally they take a score, they make scores for everything. So they'll say like dysbiosis or leaky gut, and there's a percentage. So say leaky gut, say it says like 57%, and you're like, oh, okay, great. That's not where I want to be. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Well, I likely have leaky gut, which means what? Which means that there's protein slipping through into my blood, which means I'm not absorbing my food, which means that there's inflammation in my body. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why I feel like this. Okay, great. How do I heal leaky gut? And then you go on to like figure that out. I would really, really recommend this for people who have indigestion, constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating. Oh my gosh, bloating. skincare issues that you can't seem to dial in. You know when you have skincare issues and it's like you've done all the expensive products, you're cleansing twice a day, and you're like, man, like this just does not look great. That is likely a result of your gut/inflammation. Skin is like a window into what's going on internally. I would really, really recommend it for those types of people. They also have supplements. Now, I have not tried their supplements. I cannot speak to them because they weren't available in Canada, but I think they are now. This was a while ago when I last got tested with them, but I think they are now. So I would definitely check them out. It's a great test. It's an at-home test and it is very comprehensive. So it is a stool test if you only do the gut one. But I always do the full spectrum one, which is a blood, saliva, and stool test. And so they actually take a look at your mouth microbiome. And then the blood one takes a look at certain biomarkers that they measure through your blood. I love this. I think, again, it's very comprehensive. I have recommended Viome to most of my clients. I would say Viome is the number one product my clients buy. Not that I'm seeing a lot of clients right now, but especially when I was seeing clients one-on-one, Viome was the number one thing that they would buy because I would say to them, send me your results and let's go through it so that we understand what is happening with your microbiome. It is depends what you think is expensive. So I think it's about $200 to $300 US, and use my discount code BioBrittany. I think that's what it is. It'll be in my show notes and on my website, and you can save with them because it's just easier. So essentially with that one, they send you a kit. You do all the testing yourself. You put it back in the kit and then you send it to their lab and then you get the results within like a month. Okay, moving on. Healthy home. How to have a healthy home. What a great question. These are some products that I recommend for everybody to have a healthy home. Now, there's so many things I could say here, but I just picked my top 4. Again, there's way more on my website if you really want to dig deep. There's also so much on Amazon that I have for this one. Yeah. So let's get into it. First and foremost, the healing web. This is a poster. So it doesn't make your home healthier, but it makes you healthier because you get to read it and make informed decisions based off of it. So the healing web is a poster or a graphic. It can be on anything. It could be, there's like a canvas one too. There's like I think it's kind of like a blanket or something that you can get as well. But I have the large poster, which is perfect for an office. If you work in healthcare, you need this in your office. I'm telling you, you need this in your office. It is the most interesting graphic I have ever seen. Like actually, how did I find this? I found this year on TikTok and I bought it right away. And the creator, his name is Dylan Monroe. He's been on my podcast. We have a whole episode together. He is fascinating. And so I take zero credit in creating this. I just create TikToks around it because people find it interesting. So the way that it works is essentially it's a diagram. And in the center is listed all of these different health conditions. So I'm looking at it right now. For example, Lyme disease, AIDS, autism, ADHD, anxiety, thyroid, candida, what does that say? Eczema, allergies, flu, pregnancies on there, death is on there, bones, dental, vision. There's a lot. And so there's like this list down the center and each word is coded with a different color. And then on the right side, you follow that. There's like a line that leads away from it, like a diagram. And you follow that. And then there is the holistic medicine side. And it will show you all of the causes and the cures. And then if you follow it to the left, it is big pharma and kind of the Western medicine world. And it will also show you the cures and the causes. So it is very interesting, low-key controversial. And I am obsessed with it because I've never seen a graphic that just puts everything into one place. and relates everything, right? So for example, like one of the things that it'll talk about is like physical therapy. Like that's just what I'm looking at right now. So say physical therapy, and it will take all of the conditions and the line will go through physical therapy that is helpful for. So it connects the dots in such a beautiful way. It's very cool. I bought the poster because honestly, the sheet that you can get, the like piece of paper sheet is too small. It's really hard to read. There are a million words on this thing, so you need it blown up. I think it's amazing for a healthcare office. I just think it's so interesting. There's so many statistics on here. It's a little woo-woo in some places. I'm not going to lie. Again, this is a very authentic review of everything. It's a little over my head with some things, okay? Now, I love a conspiracy theory like the next. However, there are some things that I don't dabble with that are a little too dark for me and my psyche and my energy. So, for example, like just looking at this left-hand side that is really close to me right now, there are things here that I don't know what these are. Like big agra. Oh, I guess that's big, like agri farm, like farming. Red tide. Don't know what that is. Let's see. Illuminati diet, age regression, alchemy, ball sacrifice. I mean, I kind of know what some of those are, but order of the hospital. Like these are things that are a little, Red Cross Geneva, animal testing, the WHO. Anyways, there's a bunch of things on there that are interesting and like, I could type into TikTok and go down a rabbit hole and be like, holy smokes, this is what's happened. Sure. Have I done that with some of them? Yeah, but some of them I haven't. And I just think it's interesting. So who is this for? This is for any person who is some healthcare worker, practitioner, coach, doctor, whatever you are. I don't care. Nutritionist, doesn't matter. This is for you. I think you should have this in your office. I think you should refer to it. I think it's very helpful. This could also be for anybody who is into holistic health and wants to understand the origin of things and both sides of things. I think it's great as a studying tool. It's also cheap. I think the poster's like, I don't know, $30 or something like that. They just take a while for shipping. That is what I will say. So don't expect it to come within 2 weeks. It takes a long time. And so I recommend it. They also, the Healing Web, Dylan, his website, they have a bunch of other products as well that are kind of in this scope of alternative thinking, maybe, and very just interesting to check out. So yeah, I think that is great for a home office, like I said. Are you tired of generic health advice that doesn't take your unique needs into account? Do you want to gain a deeper understanding of your health beyond the surface level recommendations? I want to talk to you about InsideTracker's ultimate plan, the answer to your personalized health questions. With comprehensive blood biomarker analysis, it provides tailored insights into your body's needs. The ultimate plan tests up to 48 different blood biomarkers, including ApoB, cholesterol, glucose, magnesium, cortisol, vitamin D, and insulin. This comprehensive analysis extends your lifespan or health span and guides you to a longer and healthier life. InsideTracker goes beyond generic, clinically normal ranges to unveil your body's unique, optimal biomarker zones, revealing where you're optimized and where your improvements can be made. They have science-backed recommendations on nutrition, fitness, and lifestyle, and are all personalized to your body's data, helping you reach optimal biomarker zones and achieve your wellness goals. Now with insulin testing included, you'll have the key to sustained energy and an early warning system for chronic diseases. This is actually really important. High insulin levels can increase the risk of conditions like heart disease, Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and more. InsideTracker's measurements and recommendations can help you maintain healthy insulin levels. So, are you ready to control your health in a new and personalized way? This is the test that I do every few months, and I am obsessed with it. And I change my healthy habits and my nutrition and my supplements based off of this data. You can go to insidetracker.com/biohackingwithbrittany and you will get 20% off. You can use my discount code BIOHACKINGBRITTANY. It's linked on my website and linked in the show notes. So definitely check that out if you want to do an at-home blood biomarker test that looks at over 48 different biomarkers for you so that you can start optimizing your health today. Okay, next, 8 sleep. Woo! 8 sleep is, I'm so excited about 8 sleep. 8 sleep is something I got recently in the last few months. And this is a bed cover or pad where you can control the temperature because there is water in it. Now, I had some hangups about this in the beginning. My hangup was, first of all, EMF. What is the situation? Am I lying on electrical cords all night and just freaking radiating into my body and toasting myself? So I reached out to the company and they have tested the EMF on it. It has come back very low for the pod cover. However, the I forgot what it's called, tower, let's say a tower machine that actually does the work that like changes the temperature of the water. It's like a couple of feet high and it's a couple of feet long. That does have a bit of a higher EMF reading. So the recommendation with that is to keep it as far away from your bed and you as possible. So it has a good long cord. I have mine all the way in the corner on the one side, and I keep it, like I said, far away from me. And I love this thing. So you can set the temperature different for you and your partner. You can set it to super, super hot or super, super cold, depending on how you are as a sleeper. They also have recommendations, and it adjusts at night depending on how you're sleeping. So it's kind of like smart like that in a way. And essentially it will adjust if it notices that you're up in the middle of the night or you're tossing and turning. It will think, depending on your previous sleep data, maybe we need to drop the temperature a little bit so she goes back to sleep. It's that type of thing. And I think it's very helpful. So I like getting into bed. I have it set to +2, and which is warm. So we don't turn the heater on in our bedroom. We have a Dyson air purifier and it's a fan as well, but we have no heater on in there. So it's very cold in our bedroom in the winter, which is how I like it. And then in the summer, we have an air conditioning unit in the bedroom. So it's always cold in there. And so it's really nice to get into the bed when it's a little bit warmer. And then it goes down at night. It goes down to about -1. And then it goes back to 2 when I wake up in the morning. My partner, on the other hand, likes to sleep cold. So his is typically at about -1, goes down to -3, and then goes back to 1, I think, in the morning. But I know people who sleep with -6. I've slept with +5 before, all over the map. And so it's a really fabulous, fabulous gift. This is for anybody who wants to prioritize quality sleep and is really into like innovative technology and wants to just improve their rest and recovery. I think this is a great gift for your parents. That's kind of how I see it. Again, 8 sleep kind of feels like something that people wouldn't necessarily buy themselves, but would love to receive. And we all have people in our lives like that who are like, I don't know what to get you. I'm just going to get you this thing, right? That's who this is for. It's a couple of $1,000s, so it's expensive, but probably worth it for most people. And especially for people who have sleep problems. This is fabulous for any women who are going through menopause and having hot flashes at night. My mom wants this, okay? She's like, oh, you have something that makes your bed cold? I need this. She's hot all the time. She's already gone through menopause, but she still says she's hot. And, she just wants something to cool her down. And, a fan can kind of only do so much. Yeah, maybe you have air conditioning, but this feels really, really nice. And you can regulate it a lot better. So anybody like that who sleeps super hot, I think this is fabulous for. And again, great as a couple's gift for people who, share a bed. And you can get it for any size bed as well. I definitely recommend trying that or for yourself. Maybe you buy all of these gifts for yourself, and that is totally fine as well. Okay, next up, we have Leiamoon. Ooh, I love my reactions to every time I say the brand names. Leiamoon is this is a new company as well. Man, I'm actually impressed how many new companies I've found this year. Okay. Leiamoon is a yoni steamer. If you don't know what yoni means, that means vagina. So a vaginal steamer, and it's like a seat, and it is got herbs that come with it and red light therapy associated with it. I did a podcast with them. Go check it out. I love Leiamoon. I think that it is very innovative what they're doing. I said this on my podcast with them, and I'll say it again. When I started steaming my yoni about a year ago, I was doing a very DIY situation, okay? As in, I was straddling over a pot with hot water and herbs in it. Not the safest thing, okay? Not the safest thing. And I remember thinking, why is there no really comfortable, cute seat that does this and has red light therapy in it? Because red light therapy is very, very good for the vagina. It's very good for the ovaries. It's very good for all of the mitochondria down there. It's great for repairing tissue and skin as well, postpartum or post-surgery, whatever has gone on. It's very helpful for that. And they created it, so I didn't have to. And so that is how I found Leiamoon. I heard them talking on a different podcast, and I actually reached out to them and said, look, we need to do something together because this is a brilliant idea. So again, we have another female focused company in the biohacking space, and that's what I'm all about. So obviously I'm going to support them. This is fabulous. It's so comfortable. It's in my bathroom. I use it once a week. The herbs are organic. They have different herbal blends that you add to the hot water that then steams up into your vagina. You do it for about 20 to 40 minutes. This is so smart. And then it obviously has the red lights that also shine up as well in that area, which I also think is a great idea. I love this gift. This gift, oh my gosh, if someone gave me this for Christmas, oh, are you kidding me? I would be like, this is a fabulous gift. I would be so excited. This is for anybody who is going through menopause, postpartum, needs help with their menstrual cycle in terms of regulating it, in terms of endometriosis, PCOS, anything like that. Anyone who's struggling with pH balance, could be vaginal dryness, could be what's it called? UTI infections, anything like that, I think would be fabulous or great for that as well. So any woman in your life who is looking for the next health product, who is looking for that next thing that is like going to really make a difference for them, I would get them a Leiamoon seat. I think it's a beautiful gift. And also for anyone going through menopause and postpartum, I already said that, but again, postpartum after birth, like helping heal that area, like bringing the red light, bringing the herbal infusion, bringing the steam, which then increases blood flow and oxygen to that area, which then brings the nutrients with it and helps that recover, right? Like you have to kind of think of it through the mechanisms that it actually works. I love Leiamoon. I'm so excited for them and where they're going this year. Definitely check them out. Next is Ice Barrel. So Ice Barrel is kind of how it sounds. This is a company, I haven't met them in person, and they created these barrels that essentially look like a wine barrel or a casket, I guess. And you sit in it and you fill it with ice or cold water. It's made out of plastic. And you do your cold therapy and your cold dunk. Now, I have one of these. I have it sitting outside on my patio and I really like it. It's very easy to use. I fill it with my hose water. I don't have a filtered water situation right now out there, something that I will look into for next summer, but it's great. After my workout is like when I typically do it. I'm sweaty, I'm hot. I go in for a couple minutes. I put some music on, come out. My cold therapy's done. I think it's great for people who want to do more cold therapy in a way that is more than just a cold shower. It's about $1,000, I think, maybe a bit more than that, and would be great next to like a hot tub or a sauna. So for anybody who has a lot of outdoor space, for anybody, even if you have a patio, I know cold therapy is like probably the number one trend this year in terms of health optimization. It's everywhere. Everybody's doing it. And so this really represents that and goes with that. I like it as a cheaper alternative to some of the other ideas out there. So there's some really, really nice cold plunge tubs that are like $10,000 that have filtered water. It regulates the temperature. It tells you how cold it is. Like, yeah, that would be fabulous, but maybe an ice barrel is something that's more accessible for you. And I totally respect that. Check that out and give it a go. Okay, next, essential supplements. I'm not going to talk too much about supplements. I mean, I have so many on my website, but I just want to talk about the ones that I think really stood out to me this year. So there are other brands that I support and I think are great, but I don't want to overflood you and overwhelm you with like all of these supplements that I think you need to take every single day. I don't really agree with that. I think every supplement has its time and place, and sometimes you need one supplement for a few years as you're healing something, and then you can go off of it. And I think that's totally fine. So first and foremost, BiOptimizers. This is an essential. This is a staple in my house, and I love their product. BiOptimizers takes common products and optimizes it. I don't even know how else to say it. It makes it so much better. For example, they have a magnesium. The magnesium has 7 types of magnesium in it. It's a full spectrum magnesium. Who else is doing that? I don't see that. They have a fabulous probiotic that I take and digestive enzymes that I take. Same thing, full spectrum. It's not, oh, here's this one probiotic and there's 5 billion of them in there. There's multiple strains in there. It's robust. There's so much research behind their products. So that's why I love BiOptimizers, is because they take common products that we're all kind of using and they just make them the best on the market. I will probably use BiOptimizers for the rest of my life as I change the products that I use. So if you're curious, every single day I take one of their magnesiums, I take one of their probiotics, I take 4 of their digestive enzymes. Sometimes when I'm having sleep issues or I'm stressed, I will take their sleep powder that they have. That's really good. You add it to water and it makes it super tasty. And that helps me fall asleep and actually stay asleep longer. And then I also have their gluten product. Whenever I indulge in gluten, I take that and helps digest it better. They have a acid one as well. If you have a lot of like acid reflux or even heartburn, like that type of thing, they have products for that. They have a bunch of stuff essentially. So I would really recommend them. I think if you don't have them in your cabinet, I would hold off before you try some of these other things, because again, like they're an essential supplement. Like I think every single person should be on a magnesium. 2/3 of the world population are deficient in magnesium, right? So I think we should all be on that. If you use my discount code, they actually give you the best price. Just a heads up. I actually think that's true for a lot of these brands, but I know it's true for BiOptimizers. You get the best possible price if you use my code versus, what you might see on their website. Just so you know. I think it's BioHackingBrittany in all capitals. Okay, next. Essential supplements. This is, I guess who's BiOptimizers best for? The funny thing is like, it's kind of best for everybody. So definitely people who are into health and wellness. However, it could be for that person who doesn't know where to start and doesn't know what supplement to start with. So maybe you get them like digestive enzyme because you notice that they're super gassy after every time they eat. I don't know. Maybe they're super stressed with work and maybe you just get them a magnesium. Great stocking stuffers. Absolutely. Great stocking stuffers and also really affordable. Okay. Needed. Needed is arguably the best prenatal supplement on the market. This is one that I love and I recommend to all of my female friends. However, they also have a male line. So they have products that specialize in improving sperm quality, quantity, and all of the different parameters that can get measured with that. They have egg quality supplements. They have omegas. They have obviously their prenatals. And I just really, really recommend their products. I personally take them and they're really good because their sources of everything is actually very well thought out. For example, their vitamin B12. It's not cyanocobalamin. It's methylcobalamin, if that's even correct. I'd have to check that. But it's the methylated version of that. And so I really like them because as a nutritionist, I go through the ingredients. I check that everything is up to my standard and I trust what they're putting in their products. This is obviously needed for anybody who is trying to conceive, pregnant, postpartum, anything like that. It's an essential for those people. I also think it's great for the males. I think if you are trying to conceive, I think your partner should be on something like this because there's a lot you can do to improve sperm quality. I've talked about it before and I have a lot of content coming out about that in the new year. There is so much you can do to improve sperm quality and quantity. And one of those things is making sure that you're getting the right nutrients for that. Check out Needed. They have a bunch of products and they also have subscriptions, which is really great as well. All right. Moving on to advanced supplements. Again, there's a bunch I could put in here. I chose three that stand out to me this year and that I have used and recommend and probably use daily for most of them. First one is Fatty 15. I did a podcast episode with them. Go check it out. This one is really cool. So Fatty 15 is a new supplement. It is a new essential fatty acid that has been discovered. It is the only essential fatty acid that has been discovered in the last 90 years. The last one was omega-3. It is 3 times more effective than omega-3. And you don't have to worry about sourcing and quality. You also only have to take one tiny pill. Omegas is like spoonfuls of like cod liver oil or taking so many capsules of omega-3 and then you like have the burps that come up that taste like fish. It's really gross sometimes. So Fatty 15, you do not have that issue. It is the C15 essential fatty acid that has been found and very cool origin story relating to dolphins and how they found it for that one. Very interesting podcast episode. One of my favorites actually probably from this year. I learned a ton. This is best for anybody who is on omegas and you think, hey, you should be taking something better. I don't think your omegas are doing what you want them to do. This is for anyone who is dealing with inflammation. As we know, essential fatty acids are really great for inflammation. Essential fatty acids, EFAs, are also really great for hormones. So if you are, again, in that preconception stage, trying to conceive, pregnant, postpartum, if you have hormonal imbalances, PCOS, endometriosis, irregular cycles, menopause, this is fabulous for you. Like so good. Just so good. You really, really want to be on essential fatty acids during those times in your life. With men, same thing. Maybe you're not making enough testosterone. Maybe it's low. Maybe you have too high of cortisol all day and you're too stressed. This is for you as well. Again, great stocking stuffer. Very interesting product. Very interesting and is very new. Not a lot of people know about this and they're going to blow up. They're already blowing up. So this, if you get this for somebody, you are so ahead of the curve. I'm not kidding you. You are like so ahead of the curve. So definitely check them out. I love the team at Fatty 15. Great people. The couple that founded them are just funny as well. They're just really cool. Okay, next is Mimio. Again, I found Mimio this year, and this is a very, very interesting company. This is definitely an advanced supplement. Whew. So Mimio is a stack of 4 different biomimetic ingredients. Now, what does that mean? Biomimetic means that it mimics ingredients or molecules that are already in your body. So the thing with that means that there is no chance of reaction or anything like that because the ingredients in there, your body already knows. So it has 4 different ingredients in there that are focused on longevity, cellular health, and autophagy. Mimio actually mimics a 36-hour fast through their product. So it has spermidine in it, PEA, OEA, and NMN. And what they did was they studied these products together. So if you're in the biohacking space, you've seen these products, separately. Mimio said, wait a minute, in the body, these molecules are found together. So shouldn't we put them together in a supplement? And let's study that. Studied it for 7 years. Lo and behold, it is way more efficient if the 4 of them are put together in the body versus separately. So I just love that. I think the way that they're thinking about things is so unique and so different and so next level, which is what we need. And I also love the idea of taking one supplement that has all 4 of them in there versus trying to take all of them separately and like what dose do you take them in and where do you buy them and the quality and all these things. So it makes it super easy. Mimio is for the biohacker in your life. It is for anybody who has said the word longevity in the last 12 months. Okay. This is great for anti-aging, cellular health, people who are very interested in fasting. So I like this because I get the benefits of fasting without necessarily having to do a 36-hour fast or having to do a fast at all. So it is actually great for women in their fertile years because fasting can be very hard on the body. So you can kind of just mimic that without doing that. But you also get a ton of benefits if you take Mimio during a fast as well. So yes, this is a very next level optimal health type of vibe supplement. Great in a stocking stuffer. I think supplements and stocking stuffers in general is a great idea. And yeah, definitely use my discount code with them. They have a subscription as well, and they send you like a pouch to refill your tin that they send you, which is great because it's also eco-friendly. Last but not least, we have Timeline Nutrition. Again, this is an advanced supplement. So Timeline Nutrition is based off of a molecule called MitoPure, and it is actually clinically proven to increase your energy levels all day. So they've done a ton of research, and I have known about them for a few years. I met them at the Biohacking Conference. Great people, and I just love their products. So they have a powder. I personally like the powder the best. They have a berry powder. And what I do is in the morning, I will have grass-fed yogurt with this berry powder with keto granola. Or sometimes berries. Sometimes I switch that up. And it's so tasty. Oh my gosh. It is so, so tasty. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed. It's so good. So that's what I personally do. And I just like getting energy from a different molecule than caffeine. And there's no crash that comes from it. So it's kind of this sustained energy. It's all over their website. They talk about the research. They also have a supplement. They also came out with like a capsule supplement. They also have a skincare line. I have not tried their skincare line, so I cannot speak to it, but I know a lot of people are loving it as well. And they are very much rooted in cellular health and longevity as well. So this is best for same type of thing. Anybody who's into that space, who's into, longevity and stuff like that. But this is also actually really great for athletes. So they talk about this a lot on their website. People who train all day or people who, work out a lot, go to the gym a lot, whatever they're doing. This is for you for sure. Helping with that energy increase in a natural way. Great product. Definitely check it out. I use it kind of every other day right now. and probably will for a while. They also have a ginger powder too that you could add to a smoothie instead. Okay, I hope you enjoyed all of these brands that I talked about. Again, I use all of them and their personal recommendations that I'm giving to you. This is the holiday list that I have for this year. These are the brands that stand out as exceptional, like they are making a difference and they are making everyone healthier in a unique and different way. Everything is linked in my show notes. Everything for the links for the products, for the discount codes. I have discount codes for every single one of these brands. You can go and use it. And it's also linked on my website. So if you don't use show notes, which some people don't, go to biohackingbrittany.com, click shop and click products. And they are all there. And they are all there in the same categories I read to you today. So they're listed under beauty, technology and more, healthy home, essential supplements, advanced supplements. So it's very easy for you to find. There's photos, there's the name, there's the discount code, there's a link there. It's all ready for you to go. Enjoy this episode. Thank you so much for listening, and I will catch you later this week for another one. Thanks for listening to another episode of Biohacking with Brittany. If you're interested in finding the show notes or the sponsors for this episode, you can do so on my website, which is biohackingbrittany.com. Remember to follow me on Instagram, where I'm most active. My handle is @biohackingbrittany. And if you're interested in working together and you want to email me directly, you can do that. My email is info@biohackingbrittany.com. And I look forward to hearing from you and having you tune in next week.